What's up, everybody? Welcome to From Boys to Men, the podcast. And we so glad that y'all got a chance to come back. I hope y'all checked out our last episode. It's the first time y'all got a chance to see us. So this week's gonna be a week because we got to talk about something kind of deep, but maybe not deep. It's kind of deep.
We stepping on some toes today.
I mean, yeah. So
we treading water.
Yeah, no, we definitely stepping on toes today.
what is it? Pride and what it does to men and their relationships. Now, let's be clear on this. We ain't just talking about relationships like with a woman or anything of that nature. We're talking about just relationships, period. Like your friendships, family members, just relationships in general. How does pride affect that? Like, I think that's a interesting topic because a lot of people don't like to talk about that.
Facts.
Before we even get into that, we gotta have a good old fashioned
Story time with Dom.
Why you got lit like that though? Anyways, yo, what up, good peoples? Short and quick to the point, or whatever.
That's what we like it.
Back in 2016, like early in the year, around the same time, literally. I was at Eastern in Michigan, going for my bachelor's. Come to find out, they got their own bus system, which is dope. I ain't never really cared about a bus system, but I'm on the buses to go to my classes. This one particular day, I'm going to the thing to go catch the bus before I leave. And this one day, I was running a little behind, so I'm like, oh snap, let me catch this bus because they be on time. Like, they'll wait till they time to leave. No, time. Oh, for sure. When you double say it means something. I got you. So
no.
Okay.
There was no office chairs on the bus, right?
And the bus had all wheels, right?
All the wheels was there, right?
No hubcaps.
Check out the previous episode. So anyways.
I just wanted to be clear, that's all.
I'm like, oh snap, I'm gonna miss the bus. So I'm it's a little snowy outside. I get a little brisk walk. Then I get a little jog because I'm waving the bus. I'm like, oh wait, I'm right here.
Was you trying to be cool while you was trying to catch the bus?
No, I was trying to catch the bus.
Because you was, had this swift, smooth walk.
So
Trying to catch the bus.
So
He must have had Air Force One.
I was jogging. Did I? I don't know. No.
You was working hard not to crease them joints.
Right.
So look, I'm like, all right. So I started jogging to the bus, and then I'm like, I full on sprinted. Like I put all of it in.
Track star.
Yeah. That one foot in front of the other thing that you're supposed to do with your feet?
It's kind of natural. Yeah.
Maybe.
And when I got close to the bus, right when the bus saw me, right, to stop for me, both of my feet stopped and went up, and I still kept going forward.
How'd your feet go up?
Oh, like you fall? Like you slip and fall?
Wait.
Hold on, man. You got a lot of issues with like stuff breaking when you don't want it to.
I'm just trying to figure out the picture of that he just painted.
All right, so check.
Both
So
his
check
feet
it.
went up.
Oh, like
and
up
his
in front
body
of you.
kept going forward.
How does that work?
You go hood.
Did you do like a toe touch?
He said, "You go hood."
You go like this. Like your feet go up, and your body's still going like this. I'm still moving forward.
Oh, okay, got you. So your feet went up and you was in the air, flying that way.
Yeah, pretty much.
I got you.
What
I
you
feel
said?
like that defies the law of physics.
It
a little
doesn't.
bit.
You still forward momentum doesn't stop. We're not gonna get into that. Anyways, so I landed on my back. With
Dog.
my-
That really doesn't sound right.
if my feet went up and I went this way, I went backwards, bro.
Wait, hold on. What time of year was this?
I said it was around the same
Summertime.
time. So it's around the same time. Like the same time right now.
So it was the heart of the winter. It was ice outside.
Yeah, but I say, was the ground a little glossy?
No, not. To my knowledge, it went look a little ashy. When the ground get ashy, it's good.
No, that mean it's real cold. Like right now.
Yeah, it was cold.
Like some dried up snow.
Yeah, but I pretty much, I ran over grass, so I still had, the slip on my feet. So anyways, I landed on my back in front of the bus full of people. And I cracked my Mac screen. You know when you stand up after you fall somewhere and everybody see you, you act like you ain't do it? I couldn't even act like because everybody was staring out the window. I just, got on the bus. Let me tell you, it was a silent ride to the School of Business. It was a silent ride.
You better that
Nobody was saying anything.
You better that we wasn't on the bus with you because it wouldn't have been silent at all.
What?
Yeah. Pounding you
The whole time.
the whole time.
The whole time.
So
I asked you how your trip was, but
You gonna hit him with that? How was your trip? See you next fall.
Nah, I was gonna say, what time of year it is now?
Oh,
I'm just saying because that could have been a concussion.
he trying to make sure you wasn't concussed, my bro.
Wait,
I
did
mean,
you
and then
hit
on
your
top of
head,
that,
though?
because I feel like
Okay.
good.
So
This time
again,
he
just
ain't
like
hit
last
his
week,
head.
this is also funny.
So rule of thumb, people, put your snowshoes on when you're out in the snow and it's slippery outside so you don't fall and break your computer or get embarrassed.
Wait, so we were right. You had on some forces?
No. I didn't have no boots, though.
I feel like he had on forces.
Nah. It wasn't I don't wear forces.
It don't matter what he had on.
I mean,
Whatever
this
he
was
had
years
on
ago, though.
clearly wasn't adequate.
I mean, that's also
That's all that matters at the end of the
He
day.
might have
Whatever
had
he
some
was
J's
wearing
on.
at the moment
He
wasn't
definitely had some
adequate to be
J's on.
running.
I probably did have
He
some
definitely
J's.
had
I probably
some
did have
J's
some
on.
J's
Probably wasn't adequate to be running in the middle of February
no.
after a bus.
But I feel like it doesn't matter what shoes he had on, he probably would have still slipped and fell. But the
feel that.
physics of the situation still baffled me a little bit.
Well, he did start
I don't know
off-
how you forward momentum fall backwards at the same time.
No. So
I didn't fall back. I went forward. Like, you go up. Like, oh.
So somehow both his feet slipped at the same time, and he slid forward. His feet slid forward, slipped out from up under him.
But he said he was still moving forward when his feet was in
No,
the
he
air.
said his body was still because he was
right.
had all that forward momentum.
He's
Why are we having this conversation?
Anywho,
just don't make sense.
Anywho, this is a story time with Don. We know it don't make sense. So, at the end of
Why am I
the day,
getting shot at like
at the end of the day, that was a story time with Don.
I mean, you pretty much opened the door for these jokes. You come in here with these stories prepared. We don't know what's going to happen, but you do. So you openly open the door for us to walk right in. Now, hopefully, we don't slip and fall like you did, but
Y'all see what they do to me? Y'all see what they do? This is what I go through all the time.
Anywho,
why you take his glasses off?
Anywho, let's get into the topic of the day. For a bad segue from slipping and falling to being prideful, because clearly,
I mean,
it's probably not
clearly
a bad segue.
pride
honestly.
wasn't an issue in that situation.
Nah, bro, he wasn't proud about that moment at all.
Oh man. And those are some good Samaritans on that bus.
No, I could say
I'll
pride
say
was in that situation. See, if he'd worn the proper shoes
That's
instead of
actually
wearing
facts.
Jordans.
This is true because he thought that the Jordans was good enough
He thought he could get away with it.
to run on some ice. But anywho, that's
Should have brought the skates.
Dog, should have brought the skates. I've got nothing.
oh man. All right. I'm done. I quit. Flag on play. Moving on.
And today he still doesn't have boots on. So,
Nah, he still got J's on.
interesting story.
These are all facts. These are all facts.
Just walk slowly when you leave.
Wow. So, that was story time with Dom. I hope you all enjoyed that.
Just as much as we did, if you can't tell on our faces.
Oh man.
I'm still trying to figure out what even happened. Right. So, pride.
Game face.
I'm gonna I don't know.
we gonna start this off.
I'm confused right now.
We
I am a bit flabbergasted. Like,
gonna have to put Dom's story at the end from here on out because Dom be throwing us all the way
how
off.
do I get into a serious conversation after that?
You don't. So that's why I have to go in with it's a bad segue.
For a bad segue. I can't even talk. I can't even say it. That confused. Anyway, so, pride. No, but seriously. All right, so what's so I feel like all of us and every man that I've ever known has dealt with pride in some form or some manner, and figures out like I don't even know how to explain it, but like I guess better yet, let's start off. Let's get that definition. So we pre-gamed, of course, as we always do before our episodes and everything.
Got to.
And Dom, as always, wants to make sure he's the one who looks at the definition. We got some definitions for you. What good book will be coming out of this day?
Good book. Well, it's 9 times out of 10.
It's gonna be Webster.
It's gonna
Or
be
the
the
Oxford.
Oxford.
You know it's gonna be the Oxford, bro.
Hey.
Chill out. You know
The Oxford Dictionary is gonna have to sponsor us one day.
look.
The Oxford is fire, by the way.
One of the definitions, pride, a feeling of deep pleasure or satisfaction derived from one's own achievements, the achievements of those with whom one is closely associated, or from qualities or possessions that are widely admired.
Okay.
So the definition that I'd like to personally pull from is consciousness of one's own dignity.
Yeah, that's on here too. That's on here. Yeah,
Okay,
That's deep.
and the reason I'm pulling from that definition because pride can be used in different ways, or seen in different ways, and will have different meanings. Obviously, because it's defined differently, depending on how you look at it.
Yeah.
But what we're hoping to get out or come across today is how pride can, in a way, stand in the way of our relationships, be an issue in our relationships. And a lot of the times, when someone says, "Oh, you must be real proud," or you to have high pride of a situation or circumstance is sometimes used to say that you feel good about it, as this first definition, explain. It's having a good feeling about an achievement, about something that's going right and correct. But sometimes it's the dignity and the pride that allows you to do things and say things and have reactions that cause people to be pushed away, that cause people to see you in a negative light. And those are the kind of things that we want to discuss today. At what point is your pride getting in the way of your relationship?
Yeah.
That's good.
That's
Go ahead, G.
excellent way of putting it. Well, if we're gonna kick it to me first,
I mean, go ahead.
the way I will look at it is, I kind of look at it in more of a broader term, a broader sense, I should say. And I think this is a topic that we will discuss in a future podcast. But I feel like this is a version that really contributes to it a lot. And I think it all comes back to the toxic masculinity.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think the way that men were brought up and taught was that we have to be in control.
Yeah.
That we have to take care of everything.
Yeah.
And we basically got to do it alone.
Yeah. No, that's good.
And
That's
I
real.
think pride comes in because we're taught that way. And I think in all the relationships we have, especially with the opposite sex, with women, obviously, I think we really try to put ourselves in that head position and not really knowing that the head needs help too.
Absolutely.
No, facts.
But we don't get help
facts.
because we feel like that makes us less of a man.
Yeah.
At the end of the day. And
Yeah.
I think that's where pride kicks in any relationship that we have, whether it's friendships or whatever. If you have that macho man mentality.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what relationship you in. You feel like I have to handle everything.
Yeah.
No help from nobody else. And ultimately to the detriment of whatever situation you're trying to handle. Because obviously everybody knows, teamwork makes the dream work.
Right.
So at the end of the day, my dad put it best. He said there's a head, but then there's a neck that turns the head.
Yeah.
You just can't have a head. I mean, that's not going to do much for you. You got to have something up under there too. So it takes a lot of people to get something accomplished. And I think as men, we lose sight of that because we get real stuck on the pride situation. Our pride, like I have to do this.
Yeah.
It begins and ends with me. And I think at the end of the day, it does not. And we have to kind of get out of that mindset.
Absolutely. And I think that a lot of that comes from, so a lot of us, we look at ourselves when we talk about being the head.
Right.
And that's meaning like leadership, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Except we don't actually know, a lot of men aren't taught what leadership really even means. And I think even to this day, a lot of people don't know what leadership really is.
Right.
We think that leadership is this dictatorship.
Right.
Which is not. It's more of...
Hey, shout out to them big words we're using right now. Hope y'all look them up, understand what they mean.
I don't think we use any big words, but let's go ahead.
First of all, people don't know what dictatorship is.
I'm not going to
Let's be
disrespect
honest. A lot of people-
our fan base like that. I'm going to assume that they know what that is.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
Look it up.
So we'll be cutting
They
that
don't need to.
segment.
Moving
But 1, 2, 3, and
So, but yeah, no, like seriously, we leave it to Dom. Comic relief. I love it. So, like, literally, like, we don't typically know what leadership is.
Right.
And to me, this is to me, and I don't know the actual definition, but leadership and being the head is more about, it is more about serving those that you're leading. So in order to do that, you can't, the way to me pride gets in the way is where we always think that we have to do it. Like it's like this thing like we got to do it. Yeah. We got to do it, and if we don't do it, then it just won't get done.
Right.
Like I feel like, and that's a prideful thing to me. Like where it's like if we don't do it, then it just won't get done. It's like who are you to think that? Like you that like who am I to think that?
It's
like,
almost narcissistic.
Yeah, that's true.
Once again, another word.
Oh God. That's true.
everybody
though.
knows what narcissism is. But I like where you're going. And I like to piggyback off of what G said, or what your dad said, with the head. The head will only turn where the neck tells it to go.
Right.
Right? My neck can only, right?
Yeah.
And then the head's to follow.
Right.
As a leader, you have to first learn to follow in order to lead.
That's facts.
And I think a lot of times what we do when it comes to our pride, and I've done this plenty of times where I'll feel like, well, I should be able to do that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Right. I don't need you to do it. I'm gonna do it because I know how to do that. And it don't matter if I know how to do it or don't.
Yeah.
Point is, I'm allowing my pride to say, I am the one that needs to do that.
Yeah.
I am the one that knows how to do that. I don't care if you know, or you know.
Yeah.
I'm the one.
And I don't know if you had the same situation, but I always had that issue when I first got married. Like it was like this thing of like I gotta be able to do this because I'm the husband. It's like, and my wife would be like, "That's silly. We a team. That don't make no sense." But I didn't mean to cut you off. But I
And
just know.
even another play on the whole head and the neck situation, even if you want to play it the other way and say, okay, well, the head tells the neck, because technically the head has a brain in it. Okay, so that the head may know what to do, but the head may not know how to get from point A to point B.
It can't operate without the neck.
Exactly. So you may know what the answer is, but don't know how to get there.
Yeah.
That's why it takes a. That's why.
Or even if you know how, you can't get there without.
You still can't do it by
They out
yourself.
here
Simply
dropping
don't have the
gems.
means.
They out
The
here
head,
dropping
the head can
gems.
do. It can think about it all day,
Yeah.
but it can't actually do it itself.
That's true.
What's-
So
what's
it
the,
still needs other things.
What's the age-old tale? Husband, wife go on the world trip. Oh, I know where I'm going. I don't need no map. Because my pride says I know my directions.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Hey, where we at?
Who decided that men should just know where they going?
Right.
Well, apparently, men were the navigators.
Yeah.
Right.
Before there was navigation systems. We were the ones who controlled the map.
Yeah, don't look at the stars, bro. I don't
Right.
know that.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to read stars. I don't know about y'all, but I don't know how to read stars and tell directions.
You asked me which one the
I
North
can
Star.
maybe tell you which one is the North Star just because it's the brightest.
I have a memory.
Can't do that for you.
I said maybe.
I have a memory of my local area and know
Yeah.
which way is north, east, west, and south.
Yes.
But the minute I leave my area, I'm like, yeah, what?
But I feel like this is where we're gonna start stepping on toes because I feel like the pride actually comes in after that. I think the pride comes in after you say, "Oh, I know where I'm going." You might know where you're going.
Yeah.
But then you gonna get lost.
Yep.
And then when you get lost, you can't say, "Oh, my bad."
Yeah.
Nah,
You can't say, "Hey,
you're right. That
my
is
fault."
it. That's
You
exactly
can't
it.
say, "Hey, that was on me." You gonna drive in circles for a minute and try to figure it out.
No.
You can't end up at your destination.
What you
20 minutes
do
after.
is you pull over, go to a restroom break, and look on your phone real quick, act like you ain't know what you was doing. And then go to the car.
No, what you do is your neck that's sitting next to you, your wife or your girlfriend sitting next to you, who will sit there, who got the directions that you didn't want to get before.
Yeah.
You gonna have to reach over. Hey, my fault. I didn't. I did.
But the worst part is we dig a deeper hole because we're driving in these circles and then we'll lie and be like, no, I'm just checking the scenery.
I'm just
It
taking
look
the
like a nice
scene-
area.
I was just taking the
you know what I'm
scenic,
saying?
Funny
Like,
part is, a lot of the times, the woman knows.
yeah.
Exactly.
She'll sit there and allow you to go around,
Yep.
be lost,
Yep.
and then say that in her little pocketbook for later.
Right.
Yep.
When she need to pull out this little thing, you know what I'm saying? Huh?
She pull out them notes.
You remember
like,
that time you said you wasn't lost?
Exactly.
Yep.
And we don't want to deal with that,
Nah.
even though we set ourselves up for that at the beginning.
Like, I'll keep it real. My wife is better when it comes to like remembering directions and knowing directions. Like, I'm better with it when it comes to like knowing north, south, east, west. Like, I know the actual like where where I'm going and things like that. I can tell you if we on the west side or north side, east side, things of that nature. But when it comes to like, hey, remembering turn right here, you're supposed to turn there and go there. Like, she remembers that like that. Like, and I refuse to allow myself to be lost because I'm sitting out here like I know.
But
where
a lot
I'm
of guys
going,
will.
Like,
That's
I'm
the
not saying
crazy
I
thing.
never have. Don't get me wrong.
Some guys watching right now.
I have definitely been prideful in my time, like for sure.
George said that.
Hey, I'm calling you out. There's some guys looking at this right now who's been in this situation, who have said, "Hey, I got this."
But-
I'm gonna call you out.
yeah. I got this.
You gotta just go smaller than that. Even when it comes on the pride, the simplest thing I can think about is when you can't accept something, can't accept a gift from somebody else or from your significant other.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest thing. I think, and it took, for me personally, it took some years for me to understand that.
Really?
Yeah, because like say oh, I'm short on something real quick.
Yeah.
I figure it out.
Yeah.
And your girl like, I got $5. I got the money right here.
Yeah.
I got whatever you need right here. It ain't no big thing. It ain't even
Talk about
costly.
it.
But the fact is like you can't accept that
Yeah.
Talk about
to
it.
accomplish the goal.
We all
I
can
can relate, bro.
We all can
like
relate.
when before my wife and I got married, I was the guy that felt like, oh, first of all, the whole thing you gotta pay for dinner,
Right.
and that's not to say that I'm taking you out. Like if I'm choosing to take you
Right.
out, I'm gonna pay if I say I'm taking you out.
Hey man, we going Dutch out here.
But if we together, like we already a couple.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We not just court like or we're still courting, but whatever. We're a couple, and I'm sitting up here like, oh no, I pay. I got it. Knowing good and well,
Knowing you ain't got
I
it.
got 2 nickels in my
Knowing you ain't
pocket.
got
Hey, we'd have been in that situation.
My wife had to tell me
Man.
before, like I said, before we were married, she had to be like, what are you doing? Like, I said I got it. She was making more money when we first got together.
But
like,
the pride kick in. Like,
yeah,
I have
bro.
to show you
Like,
that I can handle
and that's
this.
nothing. I was
That I can
used to
take
that.
care of you.
That's how I was, brought to think how we were supposed to be. Like I was brought up thinking that, and that's not even like a not to say my parents or my I got 2 fathers, whatever. My father, my stepfather. Like I don't like that's not a knock to them. I know that that's also how they were raised and things of that nature. But that was just literally how I thought. And when you're younger too, you actually don't know a lot of behind the scenes things. So I don't even know how they actually took care of certain things. But I thought it was one way because I saw in society that the men we're supposed to do this.
represented
We're supposed to do
that
that.
You supposed to be ballers.
Yeah.
Take care of
But at the
everything.
same time, I'm not gonna let the women off the hook here though, because you have girls out there. I'm gonna call them girls who feel that you should
Absolutely.
every single time.
Absolutely.
And I feel like guys listen to that. And
Yeah.
instead of going and
Yeah.
finding those mature women that know that, she can handle it sometimes, you
Yeah.
can handle it sometimes. Obviously, at the end of the day, the guy may handle it majority of the time, depending on the situation. But to say like a woman can never pay for a dinner,
My man's
you're right.
what
It's
my man's
crazy.
Neo say? She got her own. Bro?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. So if you end up in a situation where your woman is, I mean, I'm not gonna tell y'all how to live a date.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, for me, you're in a situation where your woman is saying, "Hey, you have to pay for everything."
Hey, look, for me,
I feel like that is a bad situation.
If we from boys to men, I'm just keep it real, which I'm giving some pointers, and y'all can take it, y'all cannot take it. You don't have to. You really don't have to. Let's just be real.
It's a lot of
You
women
don't
out
have
here,
to.
man.
And I'm not knocking the women who's saying that, but it's just the truth.
Oh, I am knocking. I'm knocking. I'm knocking.
I ain't saying if that's what you want to
100%.
do.
We
that's
have
fine.
talked about ourselves
That's real.
for
You know what I'm saying? We ain't
100
saying-
episodes.
But I ain't saying
I'm
you want to
knocking.
do it at all. I ain't saying if you don't want to, but I mean you got to. I'm saying it's a choice out here. But you
It
think
is.
about it like we know it back in the day. If you know any kind of sports, I just got into sports. Don't knock me. But when Jordan was sick, flu game, you still had other teammates you could pass the ball. You couldn't do everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you get tired and weary, the person who you got yourself with you next to you or whatever,
I absolutely
need to be
think
able to
Jordan
handle
was
that.
prideful, but that's another story.
We might have a sports episode, but anywho.
But you know, you get the point. No matter what, if you
Still
want to find
greatest
somebody to
of
have
all
a
time,
team
though.
with, to build a team with, you know what I'm saying? They got to pick up where you lack sometimes.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
that's just true.
Not sometimes. That's all the time. I think
Everybody has a part
that is
to
the
play.
best relationship is where you guys pick up where each other's are lacking. I mean, that's how you find your soulmate, your partner. That's how you're supposed to know.
Well, I mean,
Like,
financially, in that sense.
So-
in every way possible.
It works
in
the
every
same.
way
But I get
possible.
So personally, for me, you know, my pride kicked in before the date,
Yeah.
right?
Before the first date,
Before any date.
I feel like
Because-
that's
Because
okay,
I
we
would
gonna-
I
we
would
talk about
sit
this.
and look at my account and I would say, do I have enough?
Yeah.
Okay, I got just enough. And I'd take them out.
Yeah.
And then I'd take them out and I'd go somewhere nice because, you know, it's got to be nice because it looks good on me.
Got to.
Yeah. How
Got to.
prideful is that too? That
Right.
we wanna-
Man, you better get this
I'm about
Big
to
Mac
say-
and large fry.
Wait. And then you take them out and you spend all of the money that you had set aside
Yeah.
and you realize you spent too much. You don't say nothing.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Because then it'll make you look, you know, like trash.
Yep.
But
But
that
now,
pride.
You crying on
You crying on this
You
side.
crying on this side. You go cry in the car.
But wait.
You
Have
go
you,
cry in the
have
car.
you ever been in a situation where you go out on a date, right? And you like that where you like, I got just enough. But you ain't really, but you really ain't budget out properly, and forget spending more than enough. Like you coming at towards the end, and like she like, man, what's she about to order? You like, she like,
been
ooh,
there.
I'm about to
Been
get one
there.
on. And you look like,
Been there.
Yeah, get what you want, girl.
Actually,
Ooh.
I was on a double date with you and Ebony when this happened one
Oh,
time.
word? All right, we ain't
funny
gonna say no
story.
names because I can
This
guess,
is a funny
obviously,
story,
but I ain't gonna,
right?
Yeah.
You know her. And we went to Coach Insignia. I don't know if it's
Man, up on the top of
remember.
Renaissance.
Y'all went to coaching.
I remember.
I think I
what
had
you're talking about.
$200 in my account.
Wee.
$200.
Is that not enough?
No, that ain't enough. What you mean?
Bill came to I think it was like 150 something.
Yeah.
Just for y'all?
Just for two
Yeah,
people.
bro.
Oh, my
And
God.
that's on the
I
low
was-
end.
I was like this,
Yeah.
you know, just dang. I hope she don't order no dessert. I ain't gonna have none.
I
And then
mean,
I'm gonna have to order me one too because I don't want to be eating off her plate because then it's gonna look like I ain't got no money.
No, that's what
Hey,
you gotta share, bro.
You
You
gotta
gotta share.
No, baby,
You gotta
share.
share.
Y'all remember what's that movie, Half Baked?
oh
Yeah.
man.
But that's the problem though.
Right.
Their desserts was small,
Oh no.
right?
You just had to go without a
you
dessert.
but she ain't ordered, so I had relief. I was like,
I had relief.
But that's the problem. That's the pride right there.
but that's the pride. I wasn't showing it on my face because pride was hiding it.
Yeah.
But I was scared as all out there. I'm like, I'm about to be broke. I ain't gonna have no gas
Hey.
money to get back and forth to work this week.
He's like, I might not even be able to make it
be
home
thinking
from her
about, we be
crib.
thinking about everything. Start thinking about everything. But I mean, hey, since we putting all our, we putting ourselves on blast. I
Before
mean,
you do it, let's take it back though, because what he just said. Go back and check our podcast and go back a couple episodes. Listen to it. We also told you how to plan the first date. if you can't afford it, if you ain't playing it right, that's on you.
But see, with that being said,
101, Dom always out
he
here
do,
putting
he
y'all
do,
up on
he
the
do,
extra
he do,
episodes. You know what I'm
he
saying?
do.
Y'all got to go back and check these episodes out.
But
My man said it.
I have a two-parter because I need to. I have to go back to what you said. I have to go back to what you said because
He always got a two-parter, man.
Because I feel like we have agreed too much, and I feel like we are about to disagree. But just for a quick story, just to piggyback off what Chuck said.
For a quick segue.
Yeah. But
Good at that.
dude is still in my lines. But basically, I had the same situation. I would say at the beginning of my relationship 6 years ago, just about. I was working part time. I mean, I was working 3 days a week. I remember my check, $398 every 2 weeks.
Dang.
Every 2 weeks.
Wait, hold on.
I remember the check.
Time out.
I remember the
It didn't
check.
really hit me until after you said it.
Every 2 weeks.
And I had to think about it.
Okay,
Every
right.
2 weeks.
So
Right.
$200 a week?
Right.
Not even a full
right.
two.
Right. I will tell you this now. The come up is real. But anywho, what I will say is, I decided I was gonna take her on a nice date. I looked up places, right? I decided to take her across the border over to Canada. My thing was, I looked at the place and it said
poor decision. But go ahead.
but
Not
it
really,
said,
not really, because your money go longer over there.
But I was on that app
Yes.
called Open Table, right? And you know where it says like what the price is. They tell you how expensive a place is by the little
number
mini
of
amount.
That don't
mean nothing, bro. That don't mean
sign.
nothing,
Okay, so this had like I think it was 3.
Oh no!
I don't do that, bro. I don't do that, bro.
But right. But then I looked at it. They said the average plate.
$400 every 2 weeks. You shouldn't be
but
doing
they said
that.
the average plate was like $25. I said, cool. So like
that's
what?
doable.
Well, like a real lobster or
Yeah,
something?
that's doable.
Whatever. Cool.
Yeah.
Yo, we in there. So
Some salad.
So you know, we over there, you know, we have a good time. So we get to the place, right?
Yeah.
All I know is the music. Now, if you ever been anywhere real fancy, you just know when you walk in. So the music, it start playing that little slow jazz, right? Now my heart is
They
dropping.
got violins and everything.
My heart's dropping quick. So the slow jazz starts playing. You know, and then I see they got the big menu on the on the little outside glass when you walk in. I'm like, and it ain't got no prices on it, right? I'm just looking at the menu.
That was your second strike right there. That was your second strike.
And then my girl's sitting there like, hey, this place is great. I'm sitting there like, I'm like, yeah, too great. I'm like, this place is too great. Entirely too great right now. We walk into this joint. I'm telling you. I can't even make this up. We walk in. They sit us down. Great. They sit us down at the table.
Yeah.
I swear to you, these seats, they sat us in across from each other. It was like lazy boy chairs. Big plush chairs. I sat down and said, oh, we got a problem.
He
So
like,
he started realizing.
I'm about to be broke
He
tonight.
started realizing that $3 sign on Google,
it's a lie.
it was a lie. It actually should have been 5.
For sure. Because we sat down making sure they gave us a menu. The menu had like 10 things on it. Knowing
all the
now,
signs.
man. Everything was a la carte.
Oh yeah. The shorter the menu,
And
the
the
worse it
cheapest
is.
thing was $25.
Yeah.
And that was an appetizer.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
We getting
needless to
appetizers
say,
tonight?
is the brother spent his whole 2-week check and didn't know what he was doing. And on top of it, Christmas was 2 weeks away, and I spent all my money. But anywho,
Hey, somebody help your brother out.
I'm just letting you know is
Cash App.
do some research before you go out. I mean, you gotta do the
Once
research.
again, go back to
How
our
about
episodes.
this?
Just make
Okay.
sure you can take care of yourself. Before
Yeah,
you go
yeah,
out.
before
This.
anything.
If you don't have the money set aside for your bills, for the gas for the week, for necessities, right?
Yeah.
And you don't have and the amount of money that you have set aside for entertainment, your entertainment section should include your dates,
Yeah.
right? If the money set aside for that does not equal to wherever you trying to take your lady, or if you just going out, period, hanging out with your boys, whatever. If it don't equal that, don't go.
Don't go, man.
Don't go.
It's not worth it. It's not worth that little heartburn
you
you're gonna
be
get after the
driving
fact. I'm
along,
telling you. I've done it too many
Anticipating
times.
trying to sell, we ain't gonna go there, but you gonna be
Why
going
does it
home
always come to?
trying to anticipate how you gonna make up the rest of this money.
it do
that
come to
you
that
need.
most of the
But
time.
it's always him.
I'm just saying, man.
Hey, he's just keeping it real.
Hey, I'm
but
just saying. Hey, look, I've been in plenty of situations. I think the first time when we first got married, and it's something that I don't share with too many people, but I'm gonna share it with the public because it's actually
That's a lot of people.
contribution to
That's a few people, actually.
my faith and my belief. When we got married, I was working, making good money. Ended up leaving that job to go to a job so I didn't have to travel as much. Mm-hmm. And it was a contract position. Ended up the contract ended. I think it was like late November. And I'm like, at the time, I wasn't really great in navigating, searching for jobs in my new field. And so it took me a whole month to go from one job to the next. Mm-hmm. And at the time, I think our bills were, we were like paying out a little over $5,000 a month.
Jesus Christ.
And I was going crazy.
I'm not laughing at
Hey,
you.
hold on, dog. Hold on, dog. You're not finna skate over that like that.
This guy's.
You ain't finna skate over that like that.
I mean, that's different for everybody.
yeah,
So
so that's
that ain't wild
light for some
everybody.
people.
Yeah. So.
But that's the thing, though. Like,
I'm cheap,
and
y'all.
here's the kicker,
he was able
right?
to pay that. Back before that.
So we sitting here looking at our bills, and they coming. Yeah, they don't stop. And we had to dip into our savings. We wiped out our whole savings.
Yeah.
For the month. I think we had set aside like $3,000 or something like that. We should have been more, but at the time we were frivolously spending, and so we threw out our $3,000.
Yeah.
And didn't have no money for the rest of our bills.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh man, shoot. I mean, rent paid, but we got to pay the cars. We had 2 cars at the time. We got the insurances. We got all this other stuff coming in. We're like, I don't know what we're gonna do if I don't get a job. Like, so. The point is that there's gonna be times where you get down to a point where you ain't got no money.
Yeah.
And if you don't start making better decisions to maintain your money instead of allowing your pride to get in the way, and this was for me, my pride in this situation was, I got a good job. I don't need to. I can do whatever I want to. I got money coming in all kinds of ways. It's just flowing.
Yeah.
And my pride said, just do what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm taking my wife out all the time. We just buying this, buying that. We don't need to put too much aside. We be okay.
Yeah.
And when I lost my job, I was hurt. I was like, I don't know this feeling. This was new. I mean, I understood being broke before because during college, man, and y'all know, I used to be scratch broke. I mean, like had no money. Asking for rides, asking for places to stay even.
Yeah.
So
had to be humble.
right, I had to be humble. But
Facts.
but once you get to a point where you feel like you got a little bit of money, maintain it. Manage it. Don't allow your pride to get in the way because you got a little money.
No, that's real, bro. Because I remember just specifically a part of pride, like when it came to pride for me in the more recent time, I guess, when I feel like I've shared in this podcast or whatever. I know you guys know, but I've shared in this podcast. I think that I got injured on the job.
Right.
So I've been working for anybody that don't know. I've been working for Delta. I had worked for Delta for like years, 10. It was like 11 years or whatever. Yeah, I'm that old. Whatever. Anywho, don't even. So I just saw it coming. But no, yeah. So like I had been, working there for 11 years or whatever, and I think at the time I was like 9 years in, and I got hurt, and so my biggest thing was I wasn't able to work. I wasn't getting anybody that knows if you're on disability for a little bit. Or, short term, long term, whatever, you're not getting your full payment.
Right.
Like, you're not getting 100% of your pay. At the time.
60% or something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that.
So, anyway, 60%. I think it's 66 to be exact. Okay. But, anywho, because all of a sudden you don't have to pay 100% of your bills. But,
just 66%.
Shout out to you, government. So, no, but,
Facts.
I'm about to get the podcast shut down out here.
Please still send the stimmies.
Mark is getting no refund.
I'm gonna cut that part out.
No tax refund.
No, but so like literally, it was a time when I couldn't work, so you only getting so much. Well, I could. Like, and could I actually do like a second job if I was able to? Sure. But I couldn't risk, getting hurt more while I'm in the middle of rehabbing. I had 2 surgeries in this time, different things going on. So I couldn't actually do certain things. And my pride, because I was making a good amount, I was making some money when you was talking about the $5,000 in bills and things like that. And I was up there when it came to like getting paid and things like that. So like getting that cut short. And you're like, my wife was like, well, I can go get a job and do some things like that. And my pride literally was like, nah, you ain't got to get no job. We're going to be good. We're going to be good. Having no clue what we were about to do.
No plan, nothing.
Nothing. I had no idea. I'm just like, well, it'll just get worked out. We'll figure it out. Like, and I'm a man of faith, so I'm just like, well, God will work it out. And he looking at me probably like, you're stupid. I'm giving you I'm working it out right now. This is it. I'm giving you an opportunity to work that out. So my pride probably kept us from at least in the time making a little bit more money while I was out. And thank God that I was able to then get it. And to top that off, my pride for the longest time, when I did ended up leaving there, the longest time was like, oh, I got to find this specific, like a job that meets these certain standards.
Right.
Who are you? Like just because, now granted, I worked hard to get where I was. Like, and I wanted, you reach a certain status and things of that nature. And so I worked hard and I get it. I worked hard enough to where I got hurt. Like, you know what I'm saying? I put my all into it. But still, that doesn't mean that, like, the other jobs don't care. They like whatever. Like, and so
you new to them.
The bills kept piling up. They didn't care. Like they were still calling. Like, hey, you owe you got to pay this, and like they didn't care about that. But seriously, you better talk. It came from a place.
I'm just saying, hey,
Sound a little hurt there, didn't it?
I was living out in Westland, and I was working at Salvation Army, and I had to buy that PS3. Was it a PS3 or PS4 at the time? I can't remember, but I had to buy it. I was like, you know what I'm saying? I want to play this game. And DTE ain't been paid.
You wasn't even playing the game.
I was playing the game.
In the dark.
And then DTE was like, well, since you ain't paid us, we're going to go ahead and shut this off real quick, homie. I was like, oh, okay. So they shut me
double
down.
Save real quick. Forgot the double save.
Oh, not the double save.
First of all,
Hey, but that's all right though, because
you don't trust the first time.
my pride ain't let that hold me back. See, my pride was like, you know what? It's a plug in the hallway. I was staying in an apartment at the time.
Y'all hear this? Pride had my mans out in the hallway playing PS3, bro. Out in the hallway in his crib.
No.
Playing PS3.
I used an extension cord
Oh, no.
under the door, inside with the power strip to run out throughout the apartment.
With no lights on.
So I had lamps. And so I was using the apartment complex's power because I just had to have my PlayStation. So pride sometimes can make you do some stupid stuff.
Absolutely.
I didn't get caught.
Well, was it stupid?
Eventually, I was able to pay my DTE bill.
Thank God for that.
And I pulled the extension cord in, but I knew that power strip was still working, so just in case I ever had to do it again, I'm pretty sure I probably would have did it.
But regardless of how funny that was.
Probably make you do some stupid stuff.
Hey, don't do that, everybody.
But I mean, let's be real. You never know. If you know you're on your last leg and somebody offer you something to help you get over this hump, don't let pride hold you back.
No, 100%.
Because it's happened to a many. I'm speaking for anybody out there.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure it's happened to you, or you know somebody happened to somebody. Help them understand that when they get to that certain point, or when you get to that certain point, and you can't accept that you need help.
Yeah.
That's your pride. And that's when you cross the line. That's when you need to understand, like, all right, let me humble myself and understand that I can't do everything by myself. That sometimes you need help. Mm-hmm. That it's okay to accept help.
That's facts.
I'm just saying I was one of those people.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at G, man. He's stupid, bro.
You speaking from the heart.
No, that's real. Though. No, that's
No,
real.
no, that's fact.
Like for real, be humble.
We've been around each other so long. Never mind. I just got the laugh out. Never mind. Anyways.
Inside joke. Moving on.
The worst part is, it's an inside joke with himself. Yeah, nobody knows what he's laughing at. Like,
Humble yourself.
I'm sure he'll tell him. Oh yeah, I know. Okay.
Oh, yeah, caught it now. It caught it now. Anyway.
But nevertheless, man, pride. I think for me, pride is one of those big things that it's not a quick fix either. There's nothing that you can. I think
it is.
For certain people at certain times, depending on the situation you put it in, you can get over your pride like that and not be prideful anymore. You could just be a hard-headed person.
I think it just depends on the person. In the situation.
That's what my
it depends on how deep your pride is, and
it's absolutely a process for every person, and some people's processes may tend to be longer than others.
Yeah.
It just depends on the person and how long or the type of effect that the pride is having on the person. I feel like it's not going to be the same for everybody.
Yeah, but
just keep in mind that pride is something that can hinder you. It's okay. I feel like it's okay to be proud about certain situations. Right. And you be proud in that moment. I think being proud in a moment versus being prideful is what we're trying to differentiate from in this communication. So
absolutely.
Jordan,
no, I mean I think I just think to wrap it up. I just think what it boils down to is. I agree that it is definitely something that we have to move past, but I don't necessarily think that pride exactly is the thing that's hard to get past. I think it's the self-awareness of it. Mm-hmm. I think it's easy to get to work on to work on being prideful, but I think people don't think that they are. That's the situation. It's tough for someone to hear that they're full of pride or they're prideful. Right. No one wants to hear that, so no one wants to accept that.
That's true.
And since they don't want to accept it, that's why we gave you a whole lot of examples today. If you fit in any of these categories, anything alike,
work on something.
Self-awareness. It's just. That's just basically what it is. It's basically just being able to look yourself in the mirror, and I think that's just tough across the board with anything. Period. A lot of things that we've talked about on this podcast, whether it's mental health, whether it's this, whether it's pretty much anything, it's just being self-aware and being able to look yourself in the mirror and say, "This is a problem that I have to fix." And I think that's an issue. I think
that's step one for just about any problem.
Right, and I believe it's the hardest step because I think if I know I'm prideful. And I know that I don't accept help and stuff. It's easier for me to attack it now. Yeah. To say okay, I know. Oh, okay, I can see myself doing this right now. Oh, no, I need to step back. But if you don't ever see yourself doing it, then good luck. Good luck. You're just gonna hear a bunch of people telling you that this is how you are, and you're just gonna be mad about it. So.
And if you don't think you got anything to work on, you're a problem.
Yeah, there it is.
You're a real problem.
He hit you with the finger.
You're a problem.
You're the one we're talking to.
You have a problem. You're a problem.
Wow. I should have hit him with the.
I know.
You're the problem. No, but seriously, those are all great points. I don't even have to piggyback off any of that. Seriously, everybody work on yourselves. Figure out a way that you can grow in that area. A lot of us are prideful. Prideful people it's honestly just, I think all of us have some sense of pride in us in some way. Right. If you can figure out what your struggle is with it or what you need to work on with that, do everything that you can to work on that. Now, we got to go ahead and sign off from Boys to Men.
1,
1,
3.